Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi, welcome. My name is Melissa, and today we are going to be doing an easy meal prep. Everything in this video will be vegan and keto. If you are new here, I have been vegan for 4.5 years now. Oh my goodness, can't believe how long it's been, but it's been 4.5 years that I've been vegan, and I have been on my vegan keto journey for almost a year and a half, and I have lost over 80 pounds. I have a whole playlist. I will leave it linked right above here for you guys. I will be doing a 1.5 year update for you guys, so you guys can, see how my progress has been. And like I said, go check out that playlist as well. And if you are not following me on Instagram, make sure you go follow me over there, because I do a lot of updates on there as well. I even posted some before and after photos recently, so go check me out. Same name over there, Steals, Deals, and Meals. So we're going to get into this. Like I said, everything today will be very easy. I like to do a few things just to kind of get myself set up for the week. It makes it a lot easier to have things ready to go. Some things are just for myself, and some things will be for the family as well. So let's get into this. Like I said, very easy, simple, vegan, keto meal prep. All right, so what I usually like to do is I lay everything out on my kitchen table. Use the space, whatever you have. I know some of us are limited on space. I don't have a ton of space in my kitchen, but I make it work. So what I have today is some jicama, and I also have two big bunches of some fresh parsley that I had gotten those in my Misfits Market box. I'll leave a link up above so you guys can go check out those videos. I also have some fresh raspberries that I recently purchased, as well as some strawberries as well. Strawberries and raspberries are pretty keto friendly, especially raspberries, which are my favorite. I also have some fresh celery, which I'm going to show you how to store that so it stays nice and crisp and fresh for the week. Also have some cucumbers, as well as some romaine lettuce, which, if you clean this and store it properly, it will stay nice and fresh. I also have some radishes, which are, a lot of keto people, it's one of their favorites, as well as I have a package of tofu that I'm going to prep as well. So this is what we're going to do to get started. And also not shown, I forgot, I'm also going to cook up some fried eggplant as well, and I'm going to share that with you guys. So we're going to start with the strawberries first, and I'm going to use my, this is my salad spinner, but I use it for all my veggies. So I put the strawberries in there, and what I usually do is I will put some vinegar in there. I usually just use a combination of vinegar and water for my fruits and veggies. I also have a spray bottle as well, but for this, because I'm going to let them soak, I just poured some vinegar in there, and then I just added some water to it as well. And then I usually just let it sit, 10-15 minutes. Usually, like I said, I'll set this aside, and then I will move on to the next thing. So next thing up was the cucumbers and the jicama. So I'm going to get those washed up as well. Those I'm just going to put in a bowl, and I'm going to spray them with the vinegar sprayer. And while those are both while the strawberries are soaking and the cucumbers and the jicama are also sitting with the vinegar spray on them, we are going to open up the tofu, and we're going to get the tofu started. So this is the tofu. I get this at Walmart, and this is very inexpensive. I think this one here is like $1. I think it's like $1.69 a package. But even if you have a Trader Joe's near you, they have really great prices. You guys know I like to show you guys the best value. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook this in my air fryer, and I just lined it with some foil just to kind of keep my air fryer a little bit cleaner. I put some oil in there, and what I did was I cut up the tofu in some cubes, and I just seasoned it with some of this Cajun style spicy seasoning. I got this at the Dollar Tree. It's so good. It has a little bit of kick in it, which is really nice if you like something spicy. I highly recommend it. And then I just tossed it with the olive oil as well. You can use avocado oil if you prefer. I'm all out of that at the moment. And I'm just going to put this in my air fryer for about 10 minutes at first, and then I will check it and kind of toss it around just to make sure it's getting fully cooked. I like my tofu really tofu. Am I saying that funny? Tofu, really crispy, so I will keep checking on it to get it to the right consistency that I want. Once that is in there, my strawberries had been sitting for quite a few minutes, so I started rinsing those under the water. I just took the little the basket out of the salad spinner. So then I set those aside on some paper towels, and then we were on to the raspberries. So the same thing with the raspberries. I just put them in there with the vinegar and the water. You know, I wasn't going to go through it again and show you guys, but basically the same thing. let it sit for a while. And then what you're going to do with them, same thing, like I said, with raspberries, rinse it out, take the little basket out and rinse it underwater. And then what I do is I lay them out on some paper towels just to let them sit and dry. And I will let these sit here for quite a while so they get, pretty dry before I store them, because if you do, as long as you do that, they will stay fresh for the week, which I'm going to show you a little bit later on. I'm going to show you how I portion those out. And, so I can keep them fresh. And then we are going to move on to the cucumbers and the jicama now that are also ready and cleaned and ready to be cut up. Although, like I'm going to actually peel these anyway, so I probably really didn't need to soak them for too long. So we're going to cut up the cucumbers first. Pretty simple. I just peeled the outside. You can leave the outside if you want, but I find that they're a little bit waxy, these type. The English cucumbers are a little bit better if you want to eat the skins. I don't really prefer the skins. So I just cut them. And then I just place them in a bowl, and then that way I will have them for the week for snacking. Sometimes I'll just take them out and put some salt on them. And then the jicama too, I just peeled that up, and then I just cut it into almost like long pieces. You could cut them into cubes if you prefer, but I wanted to keep these on hand to make like jicama fries. I thought that would be a great thing to try out. I'd never had it before, and I always love to eat potatoes before doing keto, but you guys know if you do keto, potatoes are not very keto friendly. So what I did was I pre-cut them and I put them in a bowl, and these store really, really nice in the refrigerator, so that way you can just take them out as needed, as opposed to potatoes, which you can't really pre-cut. So I'm really loving the jicama. I'm probably definitely going to order it again on my Misfits box if it is available. Because this was a great way to have something prepped, and I could just throw it in my air fryer and have a nice quick, whether it's a meal or a snack or an addition to one of my meals. All right, so by that time, my tofu was all ready. It took about, I think it was about maybe 15, 20 minutes. Like I said, I like it really crispy, and this is what it looks like. So I just put it in a bowl to store it. You can cook it as long or as little as you want. You could eat tofu right out of the package if you like, but I like to cook it and have it be nice and crispy. And the great thing about tofu as well, or most of them, just check your labels, that most of them are 0 carbs, which is so great when you are on a low carb diet. So once that was done, I actually threw some of those jicama fries and a burger in my air fryer because I was getting a little hungry. I do my meal prep late in the evening and I hadn't eaten dinner yet. So I put a burger in there, and I had some of this, the no sugar ketchup from Heinz with some vegan mayonnaise and some hot sauce. And I made myself a little dinner plate and took a little break in between doing my food prep. So actually made 2 burgers. They are Beyond Burgers because I ate, it was a low carb kind of eating day, and I hadn't really eaten a lot. So I had 2 burgers, and I had just a few of those jicama fries as well. And like I said, with that ketchup and mayonnaise, and this was so satisfying, very low carb. I think all in all, this is maybe 5 net carbs for this whole dish right here, which is part of the reason I love eating keto, because I feel like you can eat a nice abundance of food and feel very full, and for low carb. So once I was done eating, it was time to move on to the celery. And what I did was I cut it up and I put it in the bowl with the same thing, the vinegar and water. And then here are the remnants to it. Now, most of the time I will save the leaves and the remnants. And what I do is I will clean it, put it in a freezer bag, and keep it in my freezer for if I'm making like vegetable stock or soup or something like that. Or, even like sometimes if I make whether it's a vegan chili or a regular chili for the family, and add it in there as well. It is a really great addition. You can use it for, stuff like that. But I have so much right now because we had been getting so much celery over the previous month. So today I'm just going to toss it. But like I said, that is a great way to be able to use most of the things you have. So once I soaked the celery, I just rinsed it off, and then I put it in a bowl. And then what I'm going to do is fill the bowl with some fresh water. This is how you can store your celery and keep it nice and fresh and crisp. And I'm telling you guys, it will taste amazing. It does not get waterlogged or anything like that. This will keep your celery tasting perfect. Just take it out, and you can even, dry it a little bit when you eat it. But try this out. If you're always trying to keep your celery fresh, this is the way to do it. So now we're on to the radishes, and I've shown this so many times on several other meal preps, so I'm not going to get too involved in it. I will leave that whole playlist so you guys can go check that out. But basically I just sliced these up into little circles, and then what I did was, it's like a spicy like sauce, I guess you could say, I put on it. It's just some like hot sauce and some salt and pepper, some olive oil, and same thing, I just use my air fryer and I cook these up until they get nice and browned. This is kind of a spin-off of a recipe from a vegan keto cookbook that I have. But I don't think it's exactly the same ingredients. I'll leave that, I'll actually leave that cookbook linked down below, because she has a great cookbook online, and actually her website, it's Meat Free Keto. It's so great. So I'm going to cook these up in the air fryer, and while those are cooking, I'm going to show you guys how I store my berries. So what I do is I will take a big bowl and I will line it with some paper towel, and I will just kind of layer it. So I'm going to do one layer of the raspberries and then put another layer of paper towel, and then just keep doing it. I'll just tear a little piece of the paper towel. You don't have to use a whole sheet, so we're not being too wasteful. And I just make, like you can see here, I just make layers, and this will keep some of the moisture out of the raspberries and the strawberries as well. I did the same thing with them. And I just kind of layered the paper towels, especially the raspberries, because raspberries can have a little bit more moisture in them. But this is basically how I store them, and they will stay, pretty fresh in your fridge. And if you need to during the week, maybe just replenish some of the paper towel, but it will keep them fresh for the whole week. So now we're going to clean up our romaine lettuce. Same thing as I've been doing with all the other veggies. Going to use that white vinegar. These bottles are so cheap. What is this? Like, I think it's a gallon, 1 gallon size. It's like $2 and change at Walmart. But whatever store you can find them at. Sometimes I even get the bigger bottles at Sam's Club. A little bit of that, and I don't measure, just pour it in, add some water, put that romaine in there, and we're gonna let this soak for a little bit. And then once that is done, we're gonna rinse it out, and we're gonna put it in our salad spinner. And I don't know what I was doing with my hand here holding this thing down, but it always seems to get carried away and like wants to fall off the counter, this salad spinner. So I was trying to hold it really tight. So we're gonna spin this in our salad spinner, and then we're going to stop it so it kind of like gets all that moisture out of it. And as you can see, it looks a little bit drier. And then it's basically the same thing with the berries. I kind of put it in a bowl and layer it up. I did chop it up. You can leave it in whole pieces if you're going to use it for sandwiches. But I like to chop it up like this because I can put it, eat it, have it ready for salads, or when we do taco night a lot as well, or for sandwiches, whatever you want to use it for. And you can see I have 2 big bowls here because I have the 2 big heads of the romaine lettuce, and this will stay fresh for quite a while. Like I said, as long as you put those little bit of paper towels in there, it will keep it fresh. And I love these big bowls. I get these at Dollar Tree. I think you get like 1 or 2 of them for $1. So I'm going to put those away in my fridge, and then by then my radishes were all done. You can see I got them nice and crispy because just like the tofu, I love my food cooked nice and crispy and tender. So I cooked those up. They kind of cooked down a lot, quite a bit. And then what I'm going to do is just going to put them in the bowl. We're going to store them up, and then when I want them throughout the week, they are ready to go. So next up, we are going to be making a salad dressing, which will go great with that romaine lettuce. And basically I use the 2 big bunches of the fresh parsley. You can even use cilantro as well. I've done it with the same recipe with cilantro. And basically what I do is I use my little Ninja cup. That's all I have right now. I don't have a blender, but if you have a blender, it will be even better because you can do a larger amount. I had to do mine in like smaller portions because this is all I have currently. I'm going to use this Hellmann's vegan mayonnaise. I know it's not the cleanest of ingredients, but you know what? I like it. It's 0 carbs. It gives me that little fat. Makes a really nice creamy dressing. I put that in there with some nutritional yeast. I have to tell you guys, I don't really measure, just go by taste, mix it up. I blended that up, like I said, salt and pepper, some nutritional yeast, and this is what it looks like. It is this beautiful green color. It is so good and creamy on your salads. I've been making this for quite a while. And like I said, cilantro works just as good, and it is a great way. If you have a lot of herbs, like if you have an herb garden and you're just looking for different ways to use it up, this is a great way to do it, because like literally this was 2 huge bunches of parsley, and you might think that the taste is very overwhelming, but it is not. It is so good. This is a 32-ounce mason jar, so you can see it filled up quite a bit. All in all, I probably used maybe like a cup of mayo, and I would probably have to say maybe a half a cup of nutritional yeast altogether for the 2 bunches of parsley, and like I said, and then salt and pepper to your tastes. You can even add a little bit of garlic powder or even some fresh garlic in there if you have it. I didn't have it at the time, but I'm going to keep this in my fridge, and this will last me for the whole week. So now we are onto the eggplant, which I did mention in the beginning because I forgot to put it on the table. So what I'm going to do is I just peeled it. I sliced them up into circles, and what I'm going to do is I've been doing this for years. Let me know if you guys do this. I always put some salt on it and I let it kind of sit. They do say that it helps with the flavor of the eggplant. So I let that sit for about 10 minutes with the salt on it, and then I just rinsed them out. And then what I did was, just to dry them out a little bit to make them easier to put the breading on it, was I laid it on some paper towels. And then I put another layer of paper towels on top, because eggplant is like a sponge and it absorbs anything that you put on it so easily. So you have to, before you bread it and put anything on it, you have to get that moisture off of it. So as you can see, you got a lot of the water out of it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my grill pans ready. I actually have a new stove which has a grill pan right in the center, but I also have an extra one as well from when I had my old stove. I had this grill pan that I would still use. So now I can double up and use both of them. So what I did was I took some non-dairy milk, use whatever you have, put some salt and pepper in there. And then for my breading, what I did was I did a combination of some almond flour and coconut flour. A lot of times I will just do the almond flour, but I was kind of running low, so I used some coconut flour, which works just as well. Use whatever you like. I know they have a whole bunch of different like keto-friendly flours. They even have like walnut flour, which I have not tried yet. So I seasoned this up with some garlic powder, some of this 21 seasoning salute from Trader Joe's, some salt and pepper. Pretty simple. You can add as much or as little seasonings as you like. And then basically what I did was I took each piece of eggplant while my pans were nice and, I was getting my pans nice and heated up and ready. You want to make sure that you preheat your pans. And then I dipped it in the non-dairy milk, and then I dipped it in my breading. And you can double dip it if you'd like and kind of go back and forth if you want a little bit extra coating on it. But usually once is pretty good. As you can see, it does coat it pretty well. And then I'm just going to shake it out a little bit to try to get the excess off. And then I'm going to lay it right on my pan here. If you don't want to go through this of, cooking it on a grill pan like this, you can also do it in the oven. I've done it in the oven several times as well. And you can even deep fry it, especially with keto, you can have those extra little fats. But I usually do it like this, and it will get nice and brown and crispy. I do drizzle a little bit of some olive oil on top, flip them over once they get browned. As you can see, they will get like browned on one side, and just flip them over. And the thinner the eggplant, the quicker it will cook, which is always good. I laid them out all on a baking sheet when they were all done, and this is what they look like. And like I was saying earlier in the video, some of this food prep is not just for myself, it's for the family as well. Like my kids eat the berries, and my daughter absolutely loves my eggplant. She always liked it prior to keto, but she loves it even more so now that I do it the keto style with the keto flours. She just loves it so much. I usually will just eat it just like this, but she loves it with like the sauce and some vegan cheese and things like that, which you can have those on keto. Just be careful, some of the vegan cheeses can be a little bit higher carb. So that is going to be it for my eggplant. Alright guys, so that is it for this meal prep. I hope you guys enjoyed checking out what I prepped for myself and a little bit for the family as well for the week. And if you are new here, I would love for you guys to subscribe before you leave. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, because I know a lot of you guys have been requesting more of these meal prep videos, as well as my what I eat in a day videos. I'll leave those linked right above here in the iCards. You guys can go check those out. But it would be really helpful if you gave this video a thumbs up, and also leave me a comment as well, because then it lets YouTube know that you are enjoying them, and it will help promote the channel, and it will make it a little bit easier to get these videos out for you guys, because I really do love sharing these with you guys, because I want to help you guys, see that you can eat healthy, whether it's vegan, keto, or any other diet. You can eat healthy, you can do it on a budget. That is what I'm here for, and I just really love sharing it with you guys. So make sure, subscribe, thumbs up, leave me a comment. Let me know what you're prepping for your week, or if you do meal prepping, let me know down below in the comments. Also, let me know, do you prefer, I like to meal prep in the evening when, the house is kind of settled and everybody else is kind of settled in for the night. It's kind of like my relaxation time. I really, enjoy it then. But let me know, do you pick a certain day, a certain time of the day? Is it whenever whenever you could just get a chance? Because I know as us moms or dads too, that we, life can get a little bit busy. But let me know down in the comments, and also let me know, guys, where you are from and how things are going with this pandemic and everything. Let me know down below. I would like to hear how you guys are making out with this. Us here in New York, we are doing so much better than we were in the past. Hopefully it continues. So hopefully we are on a good path and nothing changes. But let me know where you are, where you're from and what's going on in your areas. So anyways, guys, I really, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, give this video a thumbs up. And as always, guys, stay safe and healthy. And until next time, I will see you soon. Bye, guys.